Santatam Daiva Sanidhyam Dehe Me Vardatam Hrudi Tapasyam Dehayatrayam Yenasya Nirbayodaya Om Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Satyamayi Parame. Welcome to this Vedic exposition. Today we will consider 3 chapters from our book Vedic Knowledge from the Modern Context. The 3 are the aspects of science and mathematics in the ancient India, Vedic idea, Vedic India. The second topic I will handle is the connection between the Veda, as we know of, and the well-known Indo-Sarasvati civilization, or the Harappa. And the third is the most controversial topic of the dating of the Vedas. So these 3 are different things. First thing I will handle is the science and mathematics. We have to understand there is no reason to believe that the Vedic Indians had knowledge of aeroplanes and that sort of thing. Every culture has only gadgets which it needs. Your word Vimana is there, that it means quite different in the Veda. The first thing we have to understand. So we don't have to worry about civilization. Unfortunately, in the modern times we associate civilization with gadgets. But the basic idea of a civilization, when a person focuses not only on the outside of himself, but also on the inner powers, and how that person can control the usual jealousy and hatred and that sort of thing. That way there is more harmony in the entire society. That is the definition of civilization. That way the Vedic civilization was a very great civilization. It is not true that they didn't make great advances in the physical things also. For example, today near our Bombay, there is a campway is there, there is a dockyard is there. For people, dockyard means place where they can come and fix the boat, the ships and that sort of thing. That is the earliest known to the entire humanity. That is the dockyard near Campbell. So that shows we were progressive in all. So people always ask this question, you see. The Islamic invaders came and then they destroyed our statues and murtis, took away the gold. But where did the gold come? And gold came because we people, there is no gold right in India. Therefore, because we were the traders, we went all the way to other places and then got the gold in return and then made our temples. So our civilization was great in everything. As Aurobindo says, not only in literature, like Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas and other things, not only the great temples and everything, in all aspects we were great. For understanding the ancient contributions of the Indians to mathematics, I refer to 2 good books actually. I hope our people who are hearing me can remember the titles, or they can send an email to me. I'll be happy to reply back to them. One is a book by Professor George Joseph, Originally he is from Kerala. Now he is a professor, retired professor in Manchester. Title of the book is Non-European Roots of Mathematics. Note the first title, Non-European. So in the earlier 20th century, 19th, we thought everything came from Britain because we were brainwashed by textbooks like that. And our elders never went to check. That's a great book. The title is Non-European Roots of our mathematics. As a matter of fact, this book has a great, remember at the back, there is a good example of the Sri Chakra is there behind me. And his book has two excellent pages of the mathematical aspects of Sri Chakra. As a matter of fact, he says, well, this Sri Chakra has triangles. And the biggest isosceles triangle here, if you compare it with one of the great sort of the Egyptian monuments and that sort of thing, both of them have this big number, important numbers called as pi, ratio of the circle to the area to the diameter and that sort of thing. Therefore, this idea is there. The idea in mathematics is our whole Krishna Yajurveda, 3 chapters deal with numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, even numbers, odd numbers, etc. As a matter of fact, even Ramayana, a much later book, it used large numbers and it goes by, starts with Koti and increases by the power of 5, etc., etc. So we were advanced, very much advanced. So nobody contests the idea of a zero came only from India. Our Hindus, basically, not India in general, but Hindus basically. And if only in the last century, the idea became that they were called as Arabic numerals. That's not true. Even Arabics themselves, they got it from the Hindus. Then they are called the Indo-Arabic numerals. That's the way we use in textbooks now. It's completely wrong. All of them are Hindu numerals. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that is this idea. Therefore, the idea is you can understand how they did it. They had the first 9 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Then they said we can't go on adding like this. We have to make a big jump. So that jump is called Desha. So Desha means cut, divide. Therefore you have to have a new method. Higher numbers. Therefore they took the 1, added a 0, that's all, 11, 10, 11, 12, etc. So Desha means to cut or divide, a different method from the earlier 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 numbers. The need for mathematics, in our Vedic rituals, we have the complex altars are there. They need bird-shaped altars. Therefore, there is this lot of bricks who are shaped with their fixed size is 4 is to 2 is to 1. That is the bricks are there. So much for this mathematics side. The second point I want to stress is this, the whole connection between the Vedic idea, Vedic civilization and the well-known, well-documented, archaeologically documented civilization known as, now we call it Harappa, but the better name is Indo-Sarasvati civilization. Sarasvati was a great river around 10,000 BC. Around 5,000 years later, it got dried up because there were big, what we call as a tectonic events, and therefore it made our Yamuna, the tributary of Savitri, Saraswati, go elsewhere, it took a U-turn, and therefore then finally it dried up around, it started drying up. By 2300 BC, it dried up as is, and that's what we are told basically. The point is, by basically one of the greatest archaeologists of our time, V.P. Lal, has written several books to show this, what we call as the Harappa civilization is not a small patch of area. It goes all the way from cities in the towns in Afghanistan, it goes up to Cambay, Gujarat, etc. at the bottom. In the east, it goes up to Alangir and others. Therefore, we are discussing roughly area 1400 kilometers top to bottom and 1400, about 1000 from left to right, etc. See, it's not a small area. It is almost complete northwest area. So, by starting with the modern western parts of Uttar Pradesh, all the way to Uttarakhand, and Gandhi, we get to Afghanistan. Remember, Afghanistan, the Gandhara, the modern Kandahar is a modified version of our Gandhara. That is this question. So, the civilization is there, and next I will discuss that. See, the civilization was one of the greatest civilization. Because there we see, for example, here is the first time in the world where there was an organized system of drainage. Fixed rules were there. You simply couldn't throw your garbage near your neighbor. No, sir, you can't do that. And therefore, and the broad waves are there, and they knew sometimes the need for storing rain. Sometimes there may be too much rain, too little rain, etc. All the things needed in advanced civilization are there in this Indo-Sarasvati civilization. And therefore several books are there, many written by B.B. Lal and other things. The first thing you have to understand again and again is all of them are we Hindus. We have lived here for more than 20,000 years. It is more than that actually. Therefore later, because British wanted to make sure, they wanted to rule India all the time. Therefore they said, you know, you are, see, we are the later invaders, you are also the invaders. Therefore Aryan civilization, Aryan invasion came into being. The whole thing is a falsehood. How all the professors who get PhD want to propagate the falsehood is one of the greatest things that comes to grief, causes grief to many people really. Finally, even the Western scholars agree that there is no such thing as any immigration into India from the outsiders. We are the people who have developed this great civilization. Therefore then, as I told you, the civilization has all marks. We are only good, as I told you, in engineering, in the city, laying out cities, and we produce the books. After all, how did all of this, we speak of the Veda, and the Vedangas, and the Upangas, and the Puranas, and the Dharma Shastras, and that sort of thing. So in the same way you have to understand, when the Saraswati dried up, what happens? Therefore, one group of people went towards the east, they are our Guru Panchalas. Another group of people went and settled near the Persia, and another group of people went far away to what is called as the Mid-East, now Ararat and that sort of thing. There is heavy evidence for all of them. As a matter of fact, a particular Sanskrit book, Bodhayana Shastra, mentions this immigration in great detail in Sanskrit verses directly, how this eastward, westward, super westward, etc. All of these are well documented. Therefore, we find the Indian artifacts everywhere. For example, to give you a simple idea of the Indian artifacts, therefore remember our traditional Shiva Vaishnava people who wear these three namams on their forehead and on the arms, on their chest and that sort of thing. Exact copy of it is obtained in two great places in Egypt and Europe also. This is done not now, it was documented by Westerners 200 years ago. Now they have come into the picture. And if you open my book, this Vedic civilization, with modern context, then that you have photographs of that book also. Therefore, you see the way our civilization was not just, People always complain, oh, you Hindus, you focus only on the spiritual side. No, sir. We focus very much on the spiritual side because it is from the inward strength that outward strength comes in. Therefore, we make great contribution to all the sides of the Western artifacts also of the Veda. We also made a great contribution. To take all literature, as I told you, not only the town planning, the sort of gadgets they use, for example, the way they standardize the methods of house construction. The same type of brick, remember we are speaking of not a small area, 1,000 kilometers to 1,000 kilometers, and already they had the idea of the standardization. The size of the brick, wooden, that is the baked bricks, wooden, that is mud. The bricks were made of mud, but afterwards they were baked. That is the basic material in all the houses. Of course, they had also the gathered this huge, what you may call as the big buildings where the kings lived. But remember, even in those days, we didn't have any autocrat like the Westerners. There's Raja Mahasabha, one clearly says a king has to be elected. There is no rule. A king's son automatically becomes elected. And he says king has to pray. He says every 5 years he has to be re-elected. Therefore, there automatically a new person comes. Therefore, this idea of democracy at a large scale. So, Sri Aurobindo said, the great strength of India was always a decentralization. Therefore, we didn't depend when something happens, big floods came, we didn't depend the central government to do anything. The local people who planned and executed it, this flood comes not only here. Just compare, for example, what is the problem today in northern Karnataka where there is no water. The point is, it comes year after year, but the people don't care because, they are used to it, but the point is, it is there. The cows don't have enough water to drink, human beings don't, because the local people don't have this energy, whereas in the Vedic time, in those old times, they felt all the problems have to be solved. Therefore, if everything recurs again and again, we have to do something about it. That is this whole greatness of the Vedic civilization. And finally, in the third section, so first I started with the mathematics and science. I didn't spend much time on science because it's much more complicated also. But even there we have mention of how it is the sun who supports all the planets. This word is very much in the Veda itself. It is not that. So the old question was asked, how come the planets don't fall down? There is something called as gravitational force, which keeps them up. They already asked the question and gave the answer. The second point was the connection between the Aryan civilization and the great Indo-Sarasvati civilization. It is called as Harappa. In Harappa, we should think of it not a small time. It is at least about 20 centuries almost. Therefore, that is 10,000 BC it starts. 10,000 BC it starts. Therefore, even in Merger, we have a distinguished paper published in the well-known magazine Nature, that we have small tools by which we can handle the problems of the tree. How they could drill the holes, very small holes in a tree. Even they are comparable to what is available now. We are speaking of 7,000 BC. Finally, I will come to the idea of the date of the Vedas and finish up this one. First of all, you have to understand, and I told you in the first lecture itself, that Vedas are not human compositions. All the Vedas are there before the humans were born, and they are going to do after all the rishis die. They are all in the highest plane of consciousness called as Parame Vyoma. First mandala, 164th Sutta, 39th mantra. Whatever he does is by means of his tapas. He gets access to this. Just as you get access to your vast web pages by means of your password. The password there was the tapas. Tapas is the password. And therefore, so the body, he hears these mantras, it goes into his inner memory, then he repeats it with mouth. Therefore, we can speak of the date of the first time when the mantras came out of the mouth of the rishis. That's a definite human date. It is not the date of the Vedas. That is the most important point which people always ask. How do we come to this date? We can do it so many different ways, First of all, in all of this discussion, let us make a fixed point. My good friend Dr. Achar, he is an astrophysicist in United States, he has made a detailed analysis of all the astronomical events in the Mahabharata. You see, you take our in the 18-day war, every day a star was shining, it says star is shining means the star which is closest to the moon. Therefore, he traces all of them and shows the date of the Mahabharata war is around 3000 BC. So we are not worried about the exact 2068 or 3000 BC. So then from there we can work out two ways. What we can do? So Mahabharata gives a long list of the kings. 90 kings it gives. For each king you put, let us say, 25 years. Work backwards from the Mahabharata war before we get to period 5000 BC. Or we go to our Upanishad, Veda Upanishad. It gives a long list of teachers. Even if you put 40 years for a teacher, you do the same thing. That is, it starts with the sort of Mahabharata war, and lo and behold, we get the same. The idea both of them give is at least the period about 5000 to 6000 BC. And if added to the now so much of work has been done on the Sarasvati river, how it flows and that sort of thing. Therefore, as I told you, three clear ideas are there. There is the Veda period, 10,000 BC to 5,000 BC. Then there is the Aranyaka period, Upanishad period. Much later, that is that is 4,000 BC to Mahabharata war. And then there is the later post Mahabharata war and that sort of thing. All of these dates, types of books, all of the references are in this book by my own book, the chapter 23, dating of the Vedas. Therefore, it gives a picture of this Saraswati civilization and also pictures of the persons who have this, that is the namam all over the body, just as like the modern Brahmins have been basically doing. Noting that it is not a Vedic idea, but the Indian artifacts were there all over the world. That is this point we want to say. And therefore, in some sense, I have covered this large area in a sort of, let us say, in such a short amount of time. At least you have heard these key words in your mouth, that the date of Veda is something, and we can do, because of Mahabharata or Aranyaka gives a list of the specific names of teachers. So simply give each of them 30 to 40 years, count them and backward. Before it starts with the use of the Vagamprani is the earliest one, count backward, then we get the date of the Upanishad. That's this idea. Therefore, this point of connecting again and again and again all of these different things, similarly the kings. And therefore, remember, we had a great civilization. We were not simply barbarians, who fought wars like our Mughals, putting our fathers into prisons. No, we always had elections. But the whole idea was society managed itself because of the local people, a joint family was powerful, everything was powerful. Therefore, in some sense, no problem was becoming a bit too big before it can be handled. It was handled in the beginning itself, like the Sarasvati River. Such a great event, but it was handled very well. That is